So we're going on to the next question here. So here it's asking us, we're looking at the square root 1250. There's a typo in the question, but we're looking at the square root of 1250, and we're trying to look for the simplest radical form, which remains underneath the radical. So what value remains underneath the radical in the simplest radical form? So looking at this, we want to think of factors of 1250. So 1250 is a big number, so we want to split this up to make it easier for us to find the factors. So we can look at the zeros. Zeros are always easy to split up, so we'll say the square root of 125 times 10. So we're looking at 125. We know that 5 times 5 is 25, and then 25 times 5 again is 125. So, 5 times 5, so square root of 5 times 5 is 25, and then if we multiply 25 by 5 again, we'll get 125, which is this term. And then we still have the times 10. So right away, we can see that we have 5 times 5. We can take this out to the front. 5 square root 5 times 10. And now we can also split up the 10 into 5 times 2 to get an identical 5 term underneath the square root. So 5 square root 5 times, and 5 times 2. Sorry, not 5 times 10. 5 times 2 equals 10. So now we have 2 5s, so 5 times 5 is 25. The square root of 25 is 5, so we can take that out in front. So we have 5 times 5 square root of 2. So we just took out the 2 5's multiplying each other from underneath the square root to the front to be multiplied by the already existing 5. And now we have 25 square root 2. And we can say that the value in the radical, the value that remains under the radical in the simplest radical form is 2. And we can't really simplify 2 any further. The only factors of 2 are 1 and 2, so we can't really simplify that. So let's look at the solution here. So here the solution says goes through a similar process. So here they're trying to get the simplest radical form, but they're overcomplicating it here, and they don't really give us the correct answer. So they get the 2 here, but they don't really simplify it into the final form, which is 25 square root 2. So incorrect solution. Incorrect solution. Student used overcomplicated process. The correct simplified radical form is 25 times square root of 2. Therefore, the answer is 2 remains under the radical in the simplified form. Okay, so we've given the correct answer to the student. So the solution is incorrect.